Hey there, I'm Sierra Bailey with Doers Shakers Makers, and today we're going to talk about increasing your revenue. Really great news. There are 4 ways and only 4 ways to increase your revenue. I'm going to go a little bit into each one. If you want more details, you can check out the podcast episode of increasing your revenue. But I want to remind you that really everything that you hear about or think about or do to increase revenue comes down to these 4 strategies. The first, I wish I had like a drum roll machine. I'm not very good at that noise. The first is to increase the number of your customers. So this can be done in a few ways. That might be more marketing or advertising. It might be that you're not reaching enough people in your target audience. If you have a brick and mortar store in a neighborhood, it might be that you feel like you're not reaching all that foot traffic that's walking by somehow, or that you're not reaching the people that live in that neighborhood who really are your demographic. It could also mean expanding your market and going into a new demographic. So it could be that you have a very specific niche. Maybe you want to move into a second one, tap into a new section of people instead of trying to get more from that section you're already targeting. Figure out another section. And that could be done in a few ways. It could be creating new products to reach new people, or it could just be working on your branding and marketing to attract a different segment of people. The next is to increase your transaction size. So that means that when people are purchasing from you and checking out in that one transaction, that you are going from, let's say, an average transaction size of $25 to $50. Now, this could be done in a variety of ways, but last week's video that I did on upselling and cross-selling is a fantastic way to start. So look at ways that you can maybe bundle products or have things that you are recommending in addition that go along with what you're selling, or maybe encouraging people, instead of purchasing the base service or the base product, to upgrade and get a more luxury, more expensive version of that. But the idea of increasing the transaction size is basically saying when somebody is checking out of your store, be it online or brick and mortar, when somebody is purchasing a service from you, that transaction has a higher dollar amount on it. The next is to increase the frequency of transactions per customer. So perhaps you are encouraging your customers to have a membership, so they have a built-in system where they are reoccurring paying for something. Or maybe it is they go through one service or one thing and then you have them immediately work on the next thing. So when you come to the end of it, you're saying, oh, that's great, you've completed this. Now I recommend that you do this, meaning they have another transaction or more transactions. If it is something that you actually can, there's a word for it that I'm blanking on, but if it's something that you actually go through, like face products or food or something that actually is, consumables, there you go. If it is a consumable, you want them to continuously be coming back. A lot of that is to have excellent customer service. So nurturing those existing customers and clients so that they are continuously coming back to you. I have an episode that talks about customer service and the value of that in some capacity. That's a horrible way to tell you about that. But the basis of that is, if people really like you, they like working with you, they like the transaction and the smoothness of your online process or coming into your store and being in that environment, or they are hearing about regular updates and new things that you have or reminders of things via social media and email, things like that, it will increase the frequency of the transactions per customer. And not only that, we all know in business it's cheaper to get an existing customer to purchase again than it is to get a new customer. And the last way is to increase your prices. Now, this could mean that you are upping your actual, like, let's say, hourly rate or your service price or the base price of your products. It also, however, could mean that perhaps you're expanding on your product or service offerings. Maybe you are putting out a larger program. Maybe you are putting together a package. Maybe you are making it so that when people are purchasing from you, they're doing a 6-month amount of sessions instead of a single session. Maybe they are, and that would be one, increasing the transaction size. But if you don't have that at the moment, you could be building in add-ons that go with it that are making it that it is more expensive than, let's say, a per transaction price. So what I'm saying is if you have services and you currently offer, let's say, an hourly session, you could make a package that includes that hourly session, unlimited emailing, worksheets, and then you now can charge more than just what the hourly session would be and increase the price that way. You could just straight up also increase the hourly price. There's a lot of psychology between hourly prices and packages and things like that. You can look further into that. Perhaps I'll do one on that. If you have products, it could be not just increasing the prices of your existing products, but maybe bringing in products in a higher price option. In, for example, my own jewelry company, I had a luxe line. So I not only had my normal product offerings that were from $50 to about $175. I also had the luxe line, which started at about $350. So those pieces in that collection were absolutely an increased price without having to raise the base of the prices that my customers were used to. So there's a variety of ways that you can even work on increasing your pricing without just straight up changing the prices of your existing products and services. If you are wanting to increase your revenue, which I know many of us are, have a look back through these 4 things that I just said. Increase the number of your customers, increase the transaction size, increase the frequency of transactions per customer, increase prices. You may be able to do things within all 4 of these. You may be able to do one thing that actually touches on multiple of these. You may be able to do these in all different areas. But if you are wanting to increase your revenue, this is where you look, and these are the strategies that you need to use to do so. I hope this week's episode has inspired you. And if you love it, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you get one every single week because these come out every Tuesday. They are the Tuesday tips. My name is Sierra Bailey. This is Doers, Shakers, and Makers. And I hope you come back often. Thank you and have a great day.